Good morning, and lordy am I excited today because it is the Green Fleet GF100 day. Oh yes, so welcome to the EV Café. We are all on tenterhooks. I hope you are too, because we're going to find out who the most influential people in the industry are. And you're looking at four of them. Right, okay. We're the only new show.
How do you know?
How do you know?
Well, they've got a really interesting host, and he may have seen the numbers. And all I'm saying is there's some absolutely monumental people in there. 11 o'clock, tune in to the Green Fleet 100. Check it out, GF100. If you put it into Google, they'll send you a link. You can register, come and have a watch. It's going to be awesome. And I shall move on because the EV Cafe is the only news show brave enough to tackle the electrifying world of sustainable transport and keep you awake while doing so. So forget the doom and gloom, because we're serving up 30 minutes of clean transport news, views, and maybe even a laugh or two, all expertly brewed by the award-winning EV Cafe team. Now then, who are our opinions on a stick, I hear you cry? They are Paul Kirby. Are you well, my dear chap?
I am, and here's my stick.
An opinion on a selfie stick. Are you well, mate?
Yes. I mean, some drama's going on in the background, but nobody cares about all of that, do they? No, we're having fun.
Are you all right, though? Out of 10?
I mean, 5,
1 out of 10 for
6.
sound quality.
Oh my God! Oh dear.
Okay, now, what I would like to say, Sarah, is you and I need to read the memo. One of us gets to wear red. I'll go and get changed whilst you do your hello.
I'd say it was crimson. In real life.
Crimson?
Yes.
Are you well?
I am. I woke up in London not even 2 hours ago and managed to race back here, the other side of the country, in time for this because I just can't bear the terrible signal in hotels. And I went, oh God. And I missed a call from Paul Kirby. I wished I didn't miss it now, unless you pocket dialed me. Whoops.
That was my bottom. That was my bottom.
Always.
I'm sorry.
I've got recordings of Paul who pocket dials me. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Recordings of my bottom.
Shall we? Sam, how are you, my friend?
I'm very well. Thank you for moving on swiftly. I had a great day yesterday, John. I went to Pallet Force's MGM, his members' general meeting, and spoke in front of 350 burly, slightly overweight, balding men with glasses. Not too dissimilar from you two, actually. But it was a thrilling day talking all about EHCVs in front of people, and the response in the room was extremely positive, which was quite good because I think 3 years ago that would have been the lion's den, but now people are so much more receptive, and it's very, very encouraging. So that's buoyed me for the week.
Well, how wonderful. It's always lovely when Sam's buoyed, I would say.
Yeah.
Let's chuck him in the sea and see how he gets on. Right, let's grab your favourite mug, plug in your, well, anything electric really, and let's dive in to this week's Clean Transport Buzz. And on the menu today, electric car sales are surging. But did they quite hit the mark? We'll investigate. Used electric van sales are through the roof, Paul. Who's buying it and why?
Great news.
I know. And then the sting in the tail, because there's always one, a hefty tax surcharge is looming for most new electric vehicle owners. Boo. And finally, we've got an exclusive on the AA's expanded HVO trial. And I say and finally, but not quite, because and finally, we'll be taking a trip down under to the launch of EV blocks. All this and more coming right up. But first, this is fab. Love this story. Scientists at Swansea University and King's College London have been teaming up with some brainy folks in Chile, and they've been working on a real roads game changer. They've discovered a way to make potholes heal themselves. Yes! Now, they're not training tiny road cruiser badgers with little shovels, although that would be adorable.
He's so cute. Yeah.
I know. So, what's the scoop? Tiny little capsules, kind of like microscopic first aid kits filled with recycled oils, and these are mixed into the asphalt. Think of it like adding a secret ingredient to your grandma's famous chili, except instead of preventing heartburn, it prevents road burn. Anyway, when the road starts to crack, these little capsules burst open and release the oil, which then, poof, heals the crack. How good is that?
It's clever. Really, really clever. I love that sort of innovation. And I wonder how much that could save, right? I mean, if this system does work, the amount of time and labor and fuel and emissions and even if it works just a fraction of a percent, then bring it on, because it means everyone's got better roads, and we can save costs and lower emissions. So what a fantastic story if it comes off.
Smiley Sam in the house.
Sorry, somebody, come out of him immediately, whoever you are.
Well, Paul, what I've done, you see, is looked at the commercial viability of this innovation and determined in my own gut feel this is a massive cost saving, and therefore I tick it as a tick in the box for potential.
Do you know what? We're going to take a win, Sarah, aren't we? We're going to take a win. He's a happy chap.
I think so, yes.
All right, let's move on. Right.
Comprehensive.
Whilst the overall car market sputtered like a clapped-out combustion engine, battery electric vehicle sales, for those of you just joining the electric revolution, they're called BEVs sometimes, battery electric, whatever. Anyway, they absolutely zoomed. They grabbed a whopping 21% of all new car registrations in January. That's not just a record for January, folks. It's a testament to the fact that more and more people are ditching the pump and embracing the plug. Think of it like the automotive equivalent of ditching your old flip phone for a smartphone. I mean, I remember those days. Flip phones, cha-ching, a bit like being on Star Trek. But now, pa-boom, and I'm done. Anyways, way cooler, way more efficient. And get this, battery electric vehicles are now the second biggest slice of the new car pie, right behind petrol. Petrol is clinging on for dear life, like one of our friends who refuses to give up their Blockbuster card, but its share shrank by 15%. That's incredible. And diesel, well, let's just say it's looking like about as popular as a payphone, a measly 6% of registrations. Sarah, this is remarkable stuff. You know, the doom and gloom merchants out there would have us believe, oh, electric vehicles never going to catch on, it's a load of old pants. Actually, massive strides forward.
I'm enjoying you a lot today, John. You are a wonder. I'm loving this energy so much. Yeah, the article, I had a skim on it on the train. Is it 140,000 registrations in January alone? And you can play a little game where you just count how many cars you can see that are electric versus years ago. It's like, my God, there's one that goes by. So, you know, it all helps to build the consumer confidence that electric vehicles work. And actually, congrats to Osprey, because I just drove past a brand new massive hub in a sort of Tesco's and McDonald's environment. And there was lots of people using it even at 10 in the morning. So I was very impressed.
Good stuff. It's great to see. When you don't drive an electric vehicle, you never see a charger anywhere.
Exactly.
Soon as you need one, they are everywhere. And isn't it a wonderful thing to behold? Rather like the wonderful people who join us every week to say hello. So we do some shout outs.
Oh,
Yeah!
Sam loves this bit. This is the people-y bit, Sam. This is where we
This
show,
is the bit where we show the
human
love.
quality.
We give back the
You know?
love.
All right, fine.
Right, hello to Gary Comerford. Morning all. He was the first one through the door at 9:23. Don't know where all the others were at that time in the morning, but anyway, love you, hug you, and squeeze you. Podcast coming from you very, very soon. Economy Trucks. Hello, 9:25. Carl Elliott, oh, you had a snooze until 9:50. And then we had Michael Barton, 9:56. Good morning from Bristol. Good morning to you, Mr. Barton. Teresa Swift, our very own. Hello, gorgeous. Mark Elliott, happy Friday. Ian Mayhew, hello. David is still Cornish, which is good. Ron Godfrey. Good morning, campers. Heidi High. Who remembers Heidi High?
Oh,
you have to be a certain age. Mark Main, you've been a legend this week. Lots of comments and stuff, mate. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Belinda Guy, good morning. Are you well? Ash Bannister. Now, he was in the GF100 earlier on this week. Congratulations on making it into the most esteemed countdown of the year. Andrew Clark, good morning. Rachel Lewis, lovely to see you. Completely brilliant. Jamie Fretwell.
Oh, clever.
Hello, mate. I see what I did there? Jamie Fretwell.
So on fire.
Lovely to see you. And yeah, keep the snow on the top of your head, mate. I know you're really doing an amazing thing out there. Stuart Humphrey. Do you know what? He's a little love as well. He's constantly in my inbox and I love him for it. And then he's here. It is the legend that is Daily Electric Vehicle Chagrafati. Yeah, he's here. He's having a funner Friday, and so you should be. Kirk Smith. Kirk, tell me, is your first name a blessing or a curse? I think Kirk is just amazing, but you've got to be strong to carry a handle like that. Peter Lever, good morning. Craig Stark, you've been busy as well, my friend. Thank you for that. Ben McDonald, good to see you. I'll have a quarter pounder. Thank you very much. Michelle Breffett, you are a woman that drives electric, so thank you. Bradley the King is in the house. The King is in the house. And then the great legend that is Tom of the Middle Ditch. It's like Middle Earth, but different. And he was in the GF100 as well. Great to see you there, my friend. And I'll tell you what, I've got a challenge for you. Are you going to do something like I do with my hair? Anyway, let's move on. LinkedIn user, he's here. It's Peter Heath.
Peter Heath, and he's got
nice
great teeth.
We're here talking of GF100s in at number 60. Naomi Jane Nye. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Rob Dustin. Sorry I'm late. We need a note. Never mind weasel words and trivial apologies. Send a note from a responsible adult. Dave Bushnell. Good to see you. My friend Michael McLeod. Good to see you as well. Rebecca Whitaker. That's very smart. Who? Me? Thank you kindly. Bob Murphy. Well, hello, mate. How are you? Good to see you. £5 says John had a pager. No idea what you mean, Sam, but thank you kindly. Daryl Sharp, lovely to see you. Who else we got? We've done the Bradley King joke, so I'm not doing that again. Paul O'Brien. Sam needs a hug.
William Clark.
William Clark
has never had a shout out yet.
William Clark. Can I just say?
Where is he? I can't find him.
No, he's not there.
He comes up as, he is there.
Right.
He's not.
Paul
He's
O'Brien.
not in the chat.
Paul O'Brien. Would you mind? Shout out.
Sorry.
Paul O'Brien. Sam needs a hug. Sam, do you need a hug?
Oh, there we go.
I'll get
Rebecca
one later.
Whitaker. Bader Meinhof. What are you talking about? That's
Yes,
rude.
what is... Hello, Rebecca, by the way.
Yeah,
Anyway, just to
German
say.
terrorist organisation. Anyway, right, okay. Stuart Humphrey, Amazing Gaming Daily. No idea what that means, but lovely to have you here. LinkedIn user, I'm here. Oh, that must be the William thing. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, well,
You're
hello.
here.
Put your name in there, and then we'll show it out to everybody.
Right. Anyway, right, let's just crack on, shall we? Sam, it's over. You can relax. People-y thing has ended.
Yes.
Happy?
I'm busy googling what Bader Meinhof phenomenon is.
Yes, right. Well, whilst you do that, we'll come back to you in a short while. Let's hashtag give Sam a hug. I think that could catch on and could even go on a mug, an EV Café mug coming near you soon. Anyway, let's talk about vans, Paul. It's all about vans, mate.
Excellent.
I know, it's exciting. Those trusty workhorses that deliver everything from your artisanal sourdough to, well, probably more sourdough. Anyway, turns out the used van market is absolutely booming, and BCA, British Car Auctions, which is like the used car supermarket for dealers, has just announced a record-breaking year for used light commercial vehicles. That's vans, folks. Over 100,000 of those bad boys found new homes last year. That is a lot of vans, and Paul's private little fantasy. And get this, over 10,000 of them were sold in October alone. It's like everyone suddenly decided to be Sam's hairdresser and buy a van anyway. The month of fantastic purchases was October. Now, the price of these vans has been a bit all over the place. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, up and down, but thankfully things have calmed down and prices actually went up in early autumn, stayed up through November, December, and in December, the average value of a van was £7,187, which, let's be honest, is significantly less than a new electric van. Just saying. So, is now the time to buy a used electric van? We go across live to the legend that is Sarah Sloman.
No, no.
Or possible.
Paul.
Go on, Paul. Hit it.
Well, so sorry to just kind of pop a little balloon in this, but it's not electric vans. It's
all
all
vans.
vans.
It's
Yes.
just vans.
Now is
and-
the time.
and the
Now is
price-
the time to sell. Sell your
Yes,
cruddy old diesel
well,
van and buy an electric.
Yes, sell your cruddy old diesel van and buy a used electric van, because actually used electric vans are still very, very good value, and they are tremendously cheaper than the brand new versions. And I have one. I have a Toyota Prius used electric van, which was vastly cheaper than the new price, and it does a phenomenal job. So the reality is, used vans are a great option. We need to help the wider market see this. Small businesses that have historically bought used vans, there is some great value out there. Go find them. They're electric, and tune into the EV Café, and we'll help you in that transitional process. There you go.
Marvellous. Good man. Now then, it's all kicking off in the comments. Tom Middleditch. Did JC just challenge me to shave off the little hair which I have left and am desperately clinging to? You heard it
totally
here,
did.
my friend. Yes, indeedy. William Clark, I now see you. Thank you for joining us. Really great to have you here. And Jim Blair, also into the GF100. Well done, my friend. Congratulations. You worked so tirelessly to champion electric vehicles for Arnold Clark. Thank you. Shall we move on?
Can I just say, William Clark has said it's like getting a shout out in the GF100 to get a shout out here. That
It
is
feels so
very
good.
cool. We do the GF100 every week. All you got to do is show up. There you go.
The EV Café 100. Here we go. That's you guys who turn up every week. Anyway, let's move on before we upset Colin. Remember that luxury car tax thing? The one that they slap on fancy petrol cars? Well, it's about to go electric. Yes, folks, from April 2025, even electric vehicles are going to get the posh car treatment. Sam, this is going to hurt you in the wallet. This tax kicks in if your shiny new EV or even a plug-in hybrid has a list price of over £40,000. And here's the kicker. It includes all the bells and whistles. So if you've got the massaging seats like Sam has, it's like being from Ghost and the arms wrapped around you as you drive, then you're going to pay extra for that. So if you tick those extra boxes for heated seats, panoramic sunroof, maybe even a self-folding cup holder, because, well, priorities, you could find yourself in the luxury tax bracket. So you're going to pay £410 a year on top of your regular car tax for 5 years. A little bit of something extra going in the government's piggy bank, and it goes up to £425 from April. Now, industry experts are saying, hang on a minute. The government is saying, right, you've got to go EV, but if you do, you're going to have to pay lumps more money than you would if you had a petrol or diesel. That's not right. So will the government listen? Will they adjust the threshold, or will they be paying a premium, or will we be paying a premium for our electric dreams? Only time will tell. Now, Sam, you
Yes.
clearly have something to say because your eyebrows lifted in a slightly interested way.
Yes, I struggle with what the problem with this is. And the reason is, if you're going to buy an expensive vehicle, electric or petrol, then you have to pay more for the privilege. And also, a lot of the OEMs have been building vehicles, EVs in particular, that have been very, very high spec for a very long time. And they don't need to be. So if this helps to incentivize people to produce more vehicles that are less than £40,000, we're going to get a larger proliferation of EVs. So if this encourages a behavioral change to get underneath that threshold and get more affordable vehicles on the road, then what's wrong with it? It's another incentive to try and push things in the right direction.
Now, Paul, before I come to you, Sarah, I'm really interested in your counter argument to Sam's position there.
In the
She'll have
cheaper
one.
vehicle. Well, I was
Yeah.
texting everyone in the group as well. I'll just say.
Do you want to share it with the class?
Yes. Well, number one, that picture is perfectly straight. Number two, is that better now that I've changed my camera angle? But no, Sam makes a good point, because I think everywhere you go, there's always that argument. bit fuddy. There's not enough cheap cars going around, so people aren't adopting EV below level. 40 grand is still a very high price though, and they thought it should be 60 in the article. So, I just think it's a bit early doors for this, and those who have lease vehicles don't have to worry about it anyway, although I suspect we'll have it passed on to us at the renewal of that lease.
We do. Yeah, we do, and so lease cars will get that bill, and we will get it. It's in your contract. So if the VED changes, you get a bill. So for everybody that's got a leased electric vehicle today, as of March or April, you will get the bill. Unfortunately, yeah.
Can I just say, Ron Godfrey? He recognises that there is sense in Sam somewhere, which is great to see. And Dave Bushnell, love your suggestion of a Dacia Spring for Sam. I'm thinking EV Rally.
Yeah, let's
John,
give Sam the worst possible vehicle. That'd be great.
Yes, Paul.
So I just want to pick up on Ash Bannister. Ash Bannister's very helpfully clarified a couple of things for us. So the first registration tax, that kind of 425 is only on first registration. It's not an annually recurring thing. The VED, the vehicle exercise duty, or road fund license as we used to call it, will carry on. But little healthy hint and tip from that fella from Money Saving Expert: go and retax your vehicle in March. So if you have that capacity, go and retax it in March. You will get a year of free VED and postpone paying VED for an extra 11 months. So that's good news.
How far in advance can you pay the VED?
You can pay it when you like. So you just go online, you put in your details and you pay it, and they say, "Are you sure?" And you go, "Yes," and you get 12 months of VED.
And you get a refund for any unused months from the previous VED that you've paid. So
which would be zero, of course.
Which would be zero on an electric vehicle, but not on any other fuel. Just so that we've got completeness there. Excellent. Well, isn't this a learning experience today? Every day's a school day. Right then, what's yellow and green and helps drivers? Those friendly folks at the AA. Well, they're not just about rescuing stranded motorists. They are on a mission to rescue the planet too. And we're sometimes, not often, but sometimes accused of, beautiful Sam, sometimes accused of being all electric, and it's just electric, and electric is the only thing that matters. So we're doing an HVO story, because the AA have been quietly experimenting with HVO, or hydrogenated vegetable good gods. What is going on in Paul's house?
It's Tucker. He's got his AA socks on.
It's winter. He needs to keep warm.
He's got to keep warm, the little fella.
All needs some original ideas. That's what we need.
Anyway,
That is pretty original.
The AA have been quietly experimenting, unlike these ones who don't quietly do anything, with hydrogenated vegetable oil to power their recovery fleet. Think of it as giving the diesel engines a vegetable smoothie instead of a greasy burger. I like that. And guess what? The experiment's going so well, they've upped the ante. They've started with 3 recovery vehicles running on veggie smoothies, and then they're expanding the trial to 15. And if all goes well, they're planning to expand to 27 vehicles by the end of the year. That means that over 10% of their flatbed trucks will be running on HVO. Talk about a healthy diet for your recovery vehicle. That's fantastic. And just for a bit of background, the AA has a huge fleet, over 3,000 vehicles, and they are serious about hitting their net zero target by 2035. So this HVO trial is a big deal. It's I'll start that one again. It's a key ingredient in their recipe for a greener future. Who knew rescuing stranded drivers could be so environmentally friendly? Sam, we see this every time we rock up to an event. The AA are always there, always pushing the boundaries of what is possible. And they do trial stuff to give that feedback to the market that stuff either works or doesn't work.
Yeah, it very much feels like if EVs isn't the solution for a particular vehicle, then HVO perhaps is the second best alternative at this point in time. And they are such a big company with such a huge and broad fleet that they have the luxury or privilege, really, of being able to test these things in the real world, which is fantastic. Very distracted by by Oscar the cat there. But yeah, so it's great, isn't it? It's more data that is in real world environment that we can learn, and the rest of the fleet in the UK can learn from. So yeah, it's good news.
It is good news. And Rebecca Whittaker, thank you so much for your article from Avons on VED and clarifying all of the detail there. Paul, we're really lucky to work with the AA, and we've got more coming up this year with the AA out on the road. Talk to us about the CV show.
Well, the CV show is a very exciting thing. We will see their Iveco E Daily there, and there's every chance, it's not confirmed, that there will be other quite impressive vehicles there. Obviously, well, not obviously actually, but the HVO vehicles won't be there. But I spoke to Simon Unglis about this very last week. It is an impressive thing, and their methodology internally is to test and scale. So test, learn, and scale. They're only going in one direction. They've got a decarbonisation target for their entire operation by 2035. They're extremely confident, and it is making a difference. And we've got to remember that there are many vehicles that can today just switch to HVO in the middle of their usable life and immediately reduce 95% of the options. So buying new vehicles, maybe electric is more possible than it ever has been, but existing vehicles that are on the road today can get that reduction, which is fantastic.
That's brilliant, Sarah. Sam has very helpfully put the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, also known as the frequency illusion, is a cognitive bias that causes people to notice something more after learning about it. Very, very interesting. Now, on the EV rally, you and I learned that we can absolutely rely on the AA every minute of every day, because we do 1,500 miles, and those yellow trucks are there constantly making sure that we're all safe, happy and well.
Yeah, and one of the reasons they are so reliable is they're constantly doing the test and learn thing. And shout out to Duncan Webb, who is, of course, the head of fleet or something like that. I think that's his job title. And he said 95% of emissions were saved in this initial trial. I mean, if it's a wider decarbonisation picture, then you can save emissions by going HVO. I still want to look into the sort of wider impact of generating the fuel, of course. But ultimately, this is a great news story, yet again, leading from the front.
What I want to look into is what's going on down under. And we're going to finish with a story about you down under. We've got some cracking news.
Yes, finally, after all these years.
From our bronze sponsor, EV Blocks, who are taking their innovative charger foundation system down under. And let's be honest, who doesn't like a good foundation down under? Anyway, the same clever blocks that make UK EV charger installations a breeze are now available in Australia. It's a bit like Lego for electricians, only instead of building the Millennium Falcon, you're building the foundations for the future of electric driving. No more mucking about with messy concrete or dodgy DIY. EV Blocks make it faster even, easier and more reliable. And that is it. I'm done. All the electric news is done. There it is. There is.
Oh,
the
brilliant.
preformed
Well
block that drops into the ground. You just backfill, tamp it down.
Oh, there it is.
Jobs are good. None of that waiting around for concrete to dry. Utter nonsense that others get into. Use EV Blocks, can't go wrong. Paul.
And isn't it also reduced carbon concrete? I believe it is. I think there is less carbon in that concrete than there is in standard created concrete, which is a double win, because actually concrete is probably the most carbon intensive material used currently. If I'm right, I might be wrong.
Yeah, and the other key variable, and shout out to EV Blocks as well as a grid serve supplier, is it speeds things up too. So we're able to build more things much more quickly without needing to wait for lots of heavy carbon emitting concrete to set. So as innovation goes, it's something that's working really, really well. So great to hear that they are expanding so successfully. Well done.
Somebody suggesting, I think it's Daryl Sharp suggesting that we're a little bit like Are You Being Served today?
Yes.
I am not talking about Mrs. Slocum's pussy, no matter what happens. Now then, have you got a clean
What are you being
transport-
served? Can someone tell me, please? Do I need to Google that as well?
Oh my
these young-
gosh, you can't.
these young people.
Oh, these bloody youngsters.
Well, I know what it is because everyone calls me Sarah Slocum by mistake, or Sloman, Snowman. Slogan. I had slogan yesterday.
No, John,
Yeah, Mrs. I do
John,
actually
no,
like that.
no, John, no.
It's a British sitcom from 1972. How am I
Yeah, but
supposed to
you should
that?
know this stuff. It's important that we remember our
Do you
terrible
know about
programmes.
Dad's Army?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
But the
Don't tell him your
same
name,
time
Pike.
period.
Right. Have you got a clean transport story you think we should cover? Send it to us at hello@evcafe.org. Big thanks to our amazing partners, the AAA, Webfleet, Europcar, Iveco, Drax Electric Vehicles, Spiri, Allstar, Schneider Electric, Dynamon, EV Blocks and AW Energy. You make the whole electrifying thing possible. Remember, other sustainability news services are available, but this is just funner!
Butter!
Paul, were you in
I'm off.
Dad's Army?
Absolutely.
Stupid boy. Have a brilliant weekend, powered
Well
by
done,
whatever
John.
moves you. I'm off to do the GF100. I'll see you maybe in half an hour. If not, next Friday. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
What a
Everybody's
fun.
getting in on the fun around.